All right, problem number 3, writing an equation from a graph. So this is very similar to problem number 2. Problem number 2, they straight up gave you the ingredients and you had to make the equation. Problem number 3, they're giving you a picture of the ingredients and you need to make the equation. So which equation represents the line shown? Okay, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for the y-intercept. Boom, it's right there. I have a y-intercept of -2, and then my slope. 2 ways to describe the slope. One to the right, change in the height, or rise over run. It's the same idea. So I'm going to go 1 to the right, change in the height. So if I go over 1, looks like my next corner point is at a +2. So my slope is 2. There we go. There's my y-intercept right there, and there's my slope. Okay, so let's look at our options here. We need a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of -2. Right away, you don't have a y-intercept of -2. You don't have a y-intercept of -2. Hey, you guys do. 1 to the right, change in the height was 2. Here we go. D, best selection. They waste way too much time. They pick 2 coordinate points to find the slope. That's a waste of time, friends. Look at the picture and see how it moves. Use rise over run, or like I've always said, 1 to the right, change in the height is the best way to find the slope. If the slope is a whole number. If it's a fraction, then use rise over run. Okay, excuse me. Let's see what we got here. Yep, we're good. We picked the correct one, yeah, because we're smart. Here we go, what do we got here? Here's yours. Write this one down on your notes, please. 3A, what do you expect the slope of the line to be looking at the graph? I don't know, let's find some corner points. Let's see here. We hit this corner point right here. Looks like the next, do we hit one wow, okay, we hit one all the way down. So 1 to the right, change in the height, over 1, down 1, over 1, down 1, over 1, down 1. So again, slope, I like to describe it as how you step. Where do you start and how do you step? Well, we're stepping down 1 every single time. I'm pretty sure the slope equals a -1. Explain? I kind of did. Rise over run. You go down 1 over 1. So rise over run, we went down 1 over 1. Guess what? That still equals -1. So 1 to the right, change in the height, rise over run, telling the same story. What's the equation to the line at the right? Well, I already know the slope. Slope's -1, so I'm going to go y equals a -x. I don't go -1x because the 1 is redundant. Students, if you see -x, know that in your mind it is y equals a -1x. Don't write this, but think it. Okay? Write this. Okay? Excuse me, pardon the bell. What's the y-intercept? 1, 2. There we go. So we hit 2 right there. So I'm going to go +2. Here's where I start. Here's how I move. Done. For part B, does the equation of the line depend on the points you have used to find the slope? No, you can use any points you want. The slope's going to be the same. If it's a straight line, the points you pick does not matter. Do not matter. The points you pick do not matter. There we go. That sounds better. The slope all the way from this point all the way to that point is going to be the exact same as the slope from this point to this point. Okay, it doesn't matter. Rise over run. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -6 over 6, guess what? Still a slope of -1. Okay? So it doesn't matter which points you pick. Don't even pick points. Just look how it moves. Okay? Again, the slope is how you step, how you move. 1 to the right, change in the height, or rise over run. Both of those will describe slope easily. And then, of course, the y-intercept is where you start on the y-axis. There you go. Problem number 3, done.